Hello there. Welcome to my views and news. Welcome to this live chat session. Can you hear me, viewers? Thank you for responding. Thank you for responding with yes. Thank you. Two new stories in this live chat for you a little later. I'll respond to your questions too. Uh, One story is about the meeting in Tigray. Almost a week ago, a high stake meeting kicked off in Tigray. No news from Tigray. What is happening there? All participating. Very crucial meeting. I have received a few details. Secondly, Ethiopia Eritrea tensions rising, gradually rising. People say, Sajid, you daily say tension rising, but gradually we're seeing that each passing day is adding to the tension. First attempt, it seems, is being made to mediate between Ethiopia and Eritrea. Who is mediating? Can this effort be successful? We'll have a look at these questions a little later in this live chat session. Firstly, let me welcome you people. Thank you for joining. Alex Zio is the first one who commented. Eritrean Post, one of my regular participants. Welcome, Eritrean Post. Michael Kidane, Cassate, Solomon, Ebe Careo, Ababa, Gabrias, Araya, Wolde Kidan, Abdulaziz Ali, Daniel Key, Wolde Tensai, Birhanu Bakele, Aziz Muhammad, Tara Michael, Debela Deme, Ebe Careo, and Ababa, Gabrias, Mihari, Vanderwright, Asmiram, Lagasse, Lekan Dalsaged, Kaliyab Tadla, Malicha Loje, Abdi Escol, Emmanuel Galere, Kasahun, Ayineo. Thank you for joining. I tried to pronounce almost all the names correctly or incorrectly, but I tried to pronounce all of the participants' names. Civil to stop the crap. Interesting username. Gizahagan, one of, again, a regular viewers. Peace and love, one of my regular viewers for years. Peace and love. Welcome, peace and love. Ilyas Likisa, I see Ilyas as well very regularly in these live chats. Dahir Kabdi, Usman, then we have Umar, Arjoma, Amano. Now, what is good about this session is that I pronounce names, and you see that names are from all parts of the Horn of Africa. Muslims, Christians, Amhara, Oromo, Somali, Afar, Eritrean, all can be seen here. This is the beauty of these live chats. This is the beauty of perhaps my views and news, that all people from different ethnicities, from different regions, they come here. We talk, and we don't always agree, but everyone knows that we are not here to promote a particular agenda. That has been my dream, by the way. I wanted my views and news to be a platform for the entire Horn of Africa, where people from different ethnicities, from this platform could be a way of uniting people. Thank you for joining this live chat session. Now, people say, Sajid, come to the point. Okay, I wanted to take a few questions, but if you want that, I'll come straight to the points. 2 points which I would address. Abiy gone in different way, not as most people expect. User smart is saying. Well, I think some people wanted Abiy to crush TPLF. When he went to war against TPLF, obviously both parties to blame. So lots of people in Ethiopia wanted Abiy to crush TPLF. And there are still lots of people which want Abiy to crush Fano. Some want Abiy to crush Ola. Some want Abiy to gain access to the sea. So it's not that Abiy went against public opinion. Yes, we can argue about the majority, whether majority supported war on Tigray, whether majority of Ethiopians supports the government's ongoing narrative for gaining access to the sea. That can be debated. Otherwise, Abiy received support for his actions and no big opposition, perhaps. I mean, the 2-year-long war, did you see any big opposition to PM Abiy's decision to wage war, to continue war? I don't think that there was a big opposition, or opposition was not allowed to express freely in Ethiopia. But you saw that almost all major groups in the Amhara were backing the war. Oromia, people like Taya Dandia, who are now trying to get close to TPLF and Tigray, they were back then very critical of the TPLF. They wanted to crush TPLF. Prosperity Party members, far too, groups in Somali region as well. Maybe people believe that they suffered a lot during EPRDF era. So Abiy got big public support for war on Tigray. People should analyze their own views too. Sometimes general public is influenced by the narratives launched by governments. And that is how governments receive support from people. Now, let me come to the point, because several people are saying that come to the point. What is happening in Tigray? What is the news about mediation between Ethiopia and Eritrea? Is it in Tigray to make peace between Ethiopia and Eritrea? Tigray does not want a new war on its soil now. If there is a war between Ethiopia and Eritrea, Queen Sheba, please just wait for a few minutes. Tigray does not want its territory. Estefanos says, you shaved today. Yes, I shaved because I am at a hotel in Pakistan. Tomorrow I have some appointments at some embassies because now I have decided to travel abroad frequently. So Tigray does not want its territory to be a playground for Ethiopia and Eritrea. Tigray is already devastated. It wants revenge on Eritrea, but not at this point of time. That is why I believe Tigray doesn't want to be part of a conflict. Queen Sheba, blah, 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 just say the news. Estefano says, you look beautiful today. We'll find you one cute girl from Ethiopia. I love Ethiopians, by the way. Ethiopian women, respectable of me. They are like my sisters. They're like mothers, elderly one. I respect them. They're good looking. And I think they can find better, more good looking guys in Ethiopia. Estefano says, yes, yes, best for marriage. Now, first news story from Tigray. Then a little later, we'll talk about the other news story, mediation between Ethiopia and Eritrea. Very interesting. For almost a week, again, Queen Sheba says, you're talking about Ethiopian girls, not politics. Just allow me sometimes a few minutes to talk about other things too. Now, the Tigray, in Tigray, a meeting kicked off almost a week ago. I said, if you remember, that it was a very high-stake meeting. Because before that meeting, we saw real tensions between Getachew camp and TPLF camp. TPLF camp means senior TPLF leaders like LM, like the Bratzian Mungerino. There were serious tensions. Getachew refused to allow TPLF to hold a gathering of its members, officials in Makale. Getachew fired some top TPLF officials who were part of the government too. There were serious tensions. And Sadkan, at a meeting, at a public gathering, acknowledged. He confirmed that there were serious issues. And he said that if issues remained unresolved, if tensions continued, it will lead to collapse of all the people, all the groups. He said, we'll all collapse, we'll all go down. So let's sit and decide. Tigisti says, hi, Sajid. Hi, Tigisti. So that was a very key meeting when it started a week ago. And we thought that maybe in a few days, the three sides rather will reach some sort of agreement. Three sides means Tigray interim government there, Getachew representing. Senior, all senior people leaders there too. The Bratzian, Mongerino, LM, and several others too. Tigray military commanders there. Sadkan is not deputy president. Other commanders like Migbe, reportedly Varad, etc. So Tigray's elite is meeting, you can say. And meeting, I just, before the start of this session, I talked to a few people in Tigray. And they confirmed meeting still ongoing. Very surprising for me. So, two reasons. Either the parties are finding it difficult to reach an agreement. There are serious splits and tensions. The second reason could be is that step by step, progress is being made. All are being given opportunity to speak. Cross-questioning is happening. Everyone is trying to clarify his position. What I heard from Tigray is that reportedly extensive discussions are ongoing. Everyone is allowed to speak freely in this meeting. Katacho is explaining why he fired 5 TPL officials, why he didn't allow TPLF's meeting. LM spoke to Debretsian as well. Mungerino had to respond to allegations of corruption. So all are being given the opportunity to speak freely. Some progress has been made reportedly. It's not that talks have collapsed or the challenges cannot be overcome. Reportedly, progress is being made. Why? Well, reason is clear. Uh, Tigray's elite has realized that federal government is going to put more pressure upon Tigray. If Tigray remains split, Tigray can only survive. Tigray leaders can only protect the interests of the people of Tigray if they're united. Otherwise, all will suffer. I think this realization has come, it seems. That is why what we have learned from Tigray is that some progress has been made. Uh, Reportedly, some leaders have acknowledged their shortcomings, deficiencies. And now a common ground is being prepared so that after this meeting, all could go to the TPLF officials, lower level, middle level officials, so that they could be briefed what happened at the meeting. So this is what is happening in Tigray. Our meeting still underway. We are in touch with people there. Robert, you once it is concluded. Now, is Queen Sheba there or has she left? Is Eritrea coming to the table? A is asking. I'll respond to it. Alex Awoke, if Tigray supports her children, Brigadier Nihamido, we go to support Volta, pure Eritrean. Thank you, Queen Sheba, for staying. I'm trying to be fast today. Peleg says regime change in Eritrea. By the way, one news story which I did not mention at the start of this live chat session. There must be de-escalation between the two countries. Why? Because now we are seeing that the war of words is becoming dirty, provocative. Abil Said, is an Eritrean artist, entertainer, known for his monologues. He's invited abroad too. He has huge backing of Eritrean government. He's the one who did a video from Aksum after Aksum came under EDF control last year. And he's the one who a few days ago did a piece about sea, access to the sea. And he appears at Eritrean government-backed festivals in Europe, etc. And he has been seen with Eritrean President Vuki too. Man of a day saying, most of us want to be your channel member. Please share with us your channel member link. Thanks, Sajid. Well, man of a day, this link is there in community section of the channel. If you link the community tab, you'll see the link. And secondly, in the description section of each video, you can see this link where some perks are mentioned too. And sometimes I give the link in comment section too, which I'll give a little later. I want people to be members so that we can start virtual meetings. I cannot accommodate hundreds of people for a virtual meeting, but if we have around 50 people, then we'll start virtual meetings. And I'll ensure that the virtual meetings remain confidential, where all of us will exchange our views from different parts of the Horn of Africa. Coming back to Abil Said. Abil Said's work has been very provocative. He always backs Eritrean government narratives and he criticizes those who are seen as opposing Eritrean government's position. And he has released a video today and indirectly, I would say, I wouldn't say directly, he implied that as if Ethiopian PM Abiy is a Satan or he is a homosexual. These allegations of homosexuality against the Ethiopian PM have been raised by some Amhara hardliner activists. For days, I have been seeing their posts. I did not cover that. Now, an Eritrean government-backed artist is implying that Abiy is basically a devil. He did not clearly say that Abiy is devil, but the images that he used, the symbols that he used, imply that the Prime Minister of Ethiopia is a monster, he's a devil, or he's a homosexual. So that is why I say there must be some diffusing of tension, some de-escalation of tensions. In this, yes, both countries have different positions about port, about access to sea. It does not mean that they should activate their social media assets and a dirty war of words should start, which is happening. That is why I am proposing that there should be de-escalation. Both Ethiopian and Eritrean governments should tone down their rhetorics and talks best solution. People say, Sajid, you want Eritrea to compromise its territorial integrity and sovereignty. I say talks should be held. Holding of talks does not mean that Eritrea has agreed to sell or give its piece of land to Ethiopia, but it will lower the high temperature between the two countries. Someone is asking about Abiy Brigade Hamidou deal. He's saying that can Abiy make a deal with Brigade Hamidou to overthrow the Eritrean president? Not publicly. Publicly, it won't happen. But if there is no de-escalation between Ethiopia and Eritrea, you'll see sort of proxy war. You'll see Ethiopia backing groups like Brigade Hamidou, like Rasado, like others. And you could see Eritrea backing groups in Ethiopia, including Fano. So far, we don't have any convincing evidence that proxy war has started. But before full-scale or direct war, we could see a proxy war. So far, it's only war of words. It has not turned into proxy war. Fidan MG says Eritrea must leave Tigray's territories. Who will decide whose territory is part of who will decide about the status of these territories? Which territory is part of Tigray? Which is part of Eritrea? Who will make this decision? This is the problem. That Eritrea has unilaterally enforced the decision of Boundary Commission, which ruled more than 2 decades ago. Tigray disagrees with this implementation of the decision. Ethiopian federal government silent. So again, solution is that they'll have to demarcate the border through agreement. Today, Eritrea is strong. It can take territories which Tigray has claims to. Tomorrow, Tigray might try to take back its territories. So it means there is no end. End can only happen at the table. What is Ethiopian next move? Yes, this is the question. And everyone wants to find answer to this question. What is Ethiopian next move? I don't know, but I don't think Ethiopia is going to invade Eritrea. It won't happen. People disagree with me. They say, Sajid, war is coming. It's around the corner. I say, no. War is not imminent. That is what I can conclude. There could be only one reason behind the war if it happened very soon. There could be only one reason, and that is, suppose Ethiopia finds convincing evidence that Isas Afwerki is backing Fano fighters, that ASF members are based in Eritrea, that ASF, Amhara Special Forces, are being trained in Eritrea, that Fano members are being trained in Eritrea, and that Eritrea is supplying weapons to Fano. If Ethiopia finds evidence, and it is really happening, yes, then I can say, and Ethiopia tells Eritrea to stop. Eritrea does not stop. Then we could see a big escalation that Ethiopia might make a move. But war just over Assab port, war for to take control of Assab, to in access to the sea at this point of time does not make sense. Based on the situation on the ground. Can Eritrea buy Turkish drones? Why can't it buy Turkish drones? Turkey is selling drones to dozens of the countries in the world. Why won't it sell drones to Eritrea? Turkey sold drones to UAE too, I think, to Egypt as well, maybe Saudi Arabia too, I think. And all these countries are not on one page with Turkey regarding regional security situation. But Turkey is turning into a big drone powerhouse. So if Eritrea can afford to buy drones, why won't Turkey sell these drones to Eritrea? But maybe Eritrea would like to get cheaper drones, subsidized drones from Turkey through other countries or from other countries. Now, let me speak a little about the mediation. Abudi is saying your conclusions are not convincing, war is inevitable. Let's see what happens. I shared my views with you. I don't know what will happen after a few months, but war is not imminent. Imminent means it's not coming in coming days. I don't know about next year, I don't know about next few months, but I don't see the war coming in the next few days or even weeks. Now, mediation between Ethiopia and Eritrea. The two leaders, Abiy and Isaias, visited Saudi Arabia recently. They attended the Saudi Arabia Africa Summit. Abiy held a meeting with Mohammed bin Salman. It was not publicized, I think. Isaias Afwerki held a meeting too with Mohammed bin Salman. Isaias Afwerki held a meeting with other leaders too. He met with Egyptian President Abdel al-Sisi too. He met with Somalia's Hassan Sheikh. And Isaias Afwerki in Saudi Arabia said to Red Sea countries that all Red Sea countries should send a shut-up call to Ethiopia. That if Ethiopia invaded Eritrea to gain access to the sea, it would be a problem for entire Red Sea, for all the Red Sea countries. All Red Sea countries will be badly affected. International trade will be badly affected. Middle Eastern oil exports will be disrupted. So that is why he asked the Red Sea countries to unite, to play their role in the resolution of the conflict. I've been saying Isaias is trying to prevent this war diplomatically through engagement with neighboring countries, Arab, non-Arab, Middle Eastern countries. And he's playing his cards very well, by the way. He raised this issue and he highlighted the issue in meetings with leaders there. And then we saw that Saudi Arabia sent a top-level delegation to Ethiopia. On Monday, a Saudi minister arrived in Ethiopia, Minister of Transport. He was accompanied by several businessmen. The delegation, high-level delegation, visited Ethiopian dry port. Alamo Seme, the Minister of Transport, welcomed the delegation. And Ethiopian Maritime Authority officials were there. They were part of the discussion. Now, what we have learned is that this top delegation from Saudi Arabia is in Ethiopia to diffuse the tension between Ethiopia and Eritrea. It is asking Ethiopian government that Saudi Arabia is there to help Ethiopian government regarding Ethiopian use of Djibouti's ports, and that Ethiopia should stop its dangerous narrative, which is leading to escalation of tensions in the Red Sea. We don't know what is going to be the outcome of this visit, but this visit is about Ethiopia-Eritrea tension. Isaias Afwerki very effectively alerted Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia should intervene now. This is the time. Otherwise, it could be very late. Will Ethiopia listen to Saudi Arabia? I think it will listen to Saudi Arabia because Ethiopians work in Saudi Arabia, and some have been deported. Some are returning to Ethiopia. So Saudi Arabia is a player, but we'll have to see how far Ethiopia is ready to listen to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, Eritrea could be very relevant players in case of any confrontation between Ethiopia and Eritrea. I won't say which side they'll support, though we have some information. Maybe UAE is closer to Ethiopia than to Eritrea. And Saudi Arabia is closer to Eritrea than to Ethiopia. But we'll have to wait and see. So far, Arabia is intervening. What is UAE doing? UAE is being accused that it is taking sides, that UAE is sending weapons to Ethiopian government. And I have done some videos showing you details of the flights from some airports in UAE to Harar Mada military airbase in Ethiopia. UAE has not made any effort to mediate, to diffuse the tension. Saudi Arabia has good ties with Eritrea, better ties with Eritrea, good ties with Ethiopia. It is trying to be relevant. Let's see, will this effort be successful? We'll see in coming days. The fox says, how big is Fano in number? You cannot give exact number. No one can give exact number. Why? Because Fano groups get immense public support. So they have their people working maybe in the government. They have their people who are unarmed, providing logistics, people giving intelligence. Then Fano is getting new recruits to trainings ongoing to ASF members join Fano as well. So I wouldn't say a few thousand. I would say tens of thousands. Keeping in view the public support which Fano groups have. But it's difficult to give you exact number. Interesting question. What is Abiy selling to UAE to gain its support? Maybe Abiy does not need to sell anything to the UAE. Why? Because UAE wants to be a big player in Red Sea zone. It wants to have presence here because this route is one of the most strategic routes when it comes to international shipping traffic. UAE wants to be here. UAE wants to have its foothold here. UAE built Berbera. UAE built a port in Djibouti. Then I think it fell out with Djibouti's government. And maybe UAE wants to take revenge. It wants to take Ethiopia away from Djibouti because I think Djibouti UAE relations still very tense. There is some international case, a court case pending at an international court filed by UAE's government against Djibouti. UAE is not happy with Ethiopian use of Djibouti's ports. Maybe UAE wants to take revenge on Djibouti. It wants Ethiopia to have a new port to teach a lesson to Djibouti because Djibouti's government relies a lot on the port fees which it gets from Ethiopia. So Abiy does not need to give anything to UAE to get UAE's support. UAE has its own interests in this region, I think, which it wants to achieve. Next, Richa in Asab, someone is saying. Estefanos says, that sounds good. You are a good analyst. Thank you, Estefanos. So now I can be very optimistic about your offer because you are appreciating me more. Where is African Union mediation? African Union is nowhere. Where was African Union in the mediation between Tigray and Ethiopian government? It was nowhere basically. That mediation was mainly steered by the US. IGAD was not relevant to. It was mainly US which gave roles to IGAD and African Union. No one trusted IGAD and African Union back then. Same happened at talks between the Ola and Ethiopian government. There was no African Union. IGAD was there too, but main player was Norway. Main player was the US. Main player was to some extent Kenya too. African Union is not known for mediating in conflicts in Africa. Rather, it stands with governments. It supports governments in most cases. Important. What is the situation in Rome after the failure of talks in Dar es Salaam? Let's see. Uh, will ENDF launch a big operation against Ola? We'll see. Does ENDF have this capability to launch a big operation in entire Romania to close to seal Romanian borders while it's badly caught up in the Amhara region? And what will Ola do? Will it take advantage of the situation and uh, enhance its capabilities and capture more territories? We'll see. I think we'll have to wait a little. But overall, prospects of peace in Romania are very dim now. MJ says, Sajid, you look younger. Thank you, MJ. 45, by the way. I'm not very old. I'm just 45. Is Gilmaro back? I don't have any information. I am in touch with people there. Once I have confirmed information, then I'll share with you. Mustafa Ibrahim says, hello, Sajid. Milake says, good job, my brother. Thank you, Milake. I thought 49. No, 45. Adam says, thank you for the reliable news. Thank you, Adam. It is 45 minutes have passed. Thank you for joining this live chat session. Let's keep it brief. People say, Sajid, your live chat sessions are 60, 70-minute long. You talk too much. Yes, I am married, Tadale. Yes, I am married. Let's keep it short. Let's end the live chat session. I shared the news with you from Tigray and about this mediation between Ethiopia and Eritrea. I'll stay in touch with the developments in Tigray and about the activities of some mediators for trying to diffuse the tension. Let's see what happens. The coming days and months are crucial for peace and stability in the Horn of Africa between Eritrea and Ethiopia. for peace and stability in Somalia, for peace and stability in Sudan. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining this live chat session. See you tomorrow at the same time. Till tomorrow, bye bye. Stay blessed. Thank you.